Hey, I'm Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's made up by Ash, and we're back again for another video. So today is now Sunday, January 21st. You'll probably see this Monday, January 22nd, or the days after. I just made it a point to post every Monday. That'll be my days. So we're gonna jump right into it. Today, I want to talk about becoming the best version of yourself. It's a new year, and I'm just going to use that as a motivation. I'm going to keep using that as a cardinal point for us to focus on. You know, when we say new year, new me, we got to really step into it. Let's take ownership of that. Let's really manifest who we're trying to be. So I made a few points. If I'm looking down, it's just because of my notes. I said that to say, point one is betting on yourself. For years now, I've been telling people that I strongly believe in betting on yourself. I know some people may be like, what does that mean? For me, it means you can, like, okay, for example, we know right now a lot of people like to talk about parlays. I'm not into sports and all that. Let's just talk about it. I'm not into it. But what I will say is people bet on the teams that they see doing well, right? And then some people bet on the underdog, regardless on if you feel like you're doing well and regardless of if you feel like you're the underdog. Wherever you fall in any category, you have to bet on yourself because you can't wait on somebody else to bet on you. Meaning, you got to put every egg in your basket. You got to put everything into you to just like invest in who you're trying to be. My version of betting in myself was going to nursing school, honestly, pursuing nursing, period, because my nursing journey was so long, 8 years long, to be honest. I was hesitant on if I was going to speak about my testimony and my journey, but I'm big on God, and God gets blessed when I talk about what my journey is and my testimony. So I have to be an open book because that's what he's asking of me. So my nursing journey was 8 years long, and I invested in it. Time, student loans, tears. It was a lot of grief, okay? But eventually I came out on the other side, RNBS, and let's talk about it. Any nurses out there know what that took. And I graduated from one of the top universities in Louisiana, and I'm proud of that. So I said that to say you have to invest in yourself, and not just nursing, just anything. Like my fitness journey, when I graduated, I definitely felt like I was my heaviest. And I just started committing to a fitness journey. I started committing to running all the time. I mentioned in my other video that I got sick in 2022. And going into 2023, I couldn't work out like I usually would have because, you know, my doctor basically told me I would have complications going straight into like what I used to do. It caused me to gain a lot of weight because I was eating like I was eating down here in New Orleans, right? And so now I'm getting back into that. So my version of betting on myself now in this season, like I said before, at least 4 workouts a week, being mindful of what I'm eating, always keeping good water intake, trying to get as much rest as I can, trying to keep the stress down, which is sometimes hard, but betting on yourself for real is really taking that time to invest in who you are and taking those risks, calculated risks. That's my version of betting on yourself. Excuse me, I just ate my leftovers from Mexican food, so excuse me for burping. I had some enchiladas. But anyways, betting on yourself is taking that calculated risk. And who better to take a calculated risk on than yourself? God will always meet you halfway. I tell anybody that. So my point two, investing in yourself. And it kind of piggybacks off of betting on yourself, but investing in yourself to be more specific. So, okay, investing in yourself. For me, prayer. I buy all kind of little books. This book, it's as strong as a new pretty, which I love. It's so on brand for Ash. But my mom actually got me this book because she knows how big I am on writing stuff down or whatever. But I'm just big on books, journals. I buy so many because I know I have so many ideas in my head, so many thoughts that I want to organize, so many prayers that I want to pray, so many things that I want to journal. And so that's a big thing that I invest in. My home, my apartment is a big investment for me. I moved twice last year, and it wasn't a part of my plan. But when I moved that first time, it was not what I expected. It was not what I wanted. And I knew that I wasn't happy. So I had to take the risk of moving twice in 1 year. But I invested in you know how they say luxury apartment. I am living the life I want to live, honey. I am living like I want to live. And I work hard and I deserve that. So I encourage you to make your environment look like something that you want to be around, be around like-minded people. I know when I'm in this building, I run into all kind of different people of different walks of life, different careers, but I know we all got something to lose, and that's important. So that's one version of investing. You know me, I like to invest in my clothes, the look, the makeup. Y'all see the glitter on the eyes. I love glitter. I tell people I cough, piss, shit glitter. Excuse my language, but I love glitter. And you know the hair color, it's supposed to be titanium, which is on a verge of gray, but it's kind of lavender-y, but whatever. The glasses, I invest in my glasses. I love my glasses. Glasses just make me feel good. Like, it just does something with the look, honey. But investing in prayer. Prayer is a big investment in yourself. Petitioning to God on your behalf is so deep. That runs so deep. So deep. And I hope I'm staying on task like I want to. I prayed before I started this video because I just want God to use me the way he want to use me. He asked me to do this. If I look like a fool in front of the world, I don't care. I'm so glad that I have released the attachments to what I look like to other people, how people receive me, because God asked me to do this. Whatever God asked me to do this year actually is showing up and doing. Whether I understand it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just doing it. So, 3, positive adaptive behaviors. Positive adaptive behaviors, let's break that down to a science. So positive adaptive behaviors are behaviors that we incorporate that are positive, adapting to the things that we have in our life, to be honest. Like, there's maladaptive behaviors, which are basically bad behaviors that we incorporate to adapt to our lives, right? So positive adaptive behaviors. For me, working out is a positive adaptive behavior. Prayer is a positive adaptive behavior. Meditating, centering my mind, clearing my thoughts, giving myself some time of solitude and silence makes me more receptive to God's voice and just gives me clarity. What's another positive adaptive behavior? Reading. I love to read. Lately, it's less of like full-on books. I like reading poetry lately. And I've always liked poetry, but it's like a newfound thing for me. Rediscovering poetry that I've read before and then new ones. Just, people have a way of words. I have a way of words, so I think I have a love for when other people have a way of words that express or specifically articulate a feeling that I identify with. Y'all can show y'all positive adaptive behaviors. This is a safe space. I want it to be a space where we can share, we can grow, we can express together. Yeah. Other positive adaptive behaviors. I could think of 2 more. My naps actually are a positive adaptive behavior for Ash because I love sleeping. I'm not gonna lie. And I enjoy a nap more than my sleep at night. I can't explain it, but it's just a thing for me. And then one more thing. Positive journaling. Journaling. Writing my feelings out, expressing them on paper. I feel like I tell people all the time, your feelings, your thoughts, your traumas, your pains, your burdens, your worries, they hold weight because all those things have energy. So if you're not going to tell them to somebody, you can at least write them out and get them out of your head because they still hold weight in here. And it gives you a lighter spirit. So number 4 is self-trust and honesty. So let's pose that question. How much do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? And I had this question to myself at one point, like, how much do I trust myself? Like, am I confident in the decisions that Ashley makes? Am I decisive enough? And I realized that no matter how lost I was in my seasons, and I'm gonna take full ownership because I've always sought, excuse me. I've always sought God's guidance, but I've always been receptive enough to his voice to make a decision that was in my best interest. Um, so I do trust me. I trust me to trust God, if that makes sense, because I will not take full ownership of where I am. And not saying I'm not taking ownership, but y'all know what I mean. A believer know what I mean. In honesty with myself. There were things I think years ago that I might not have been, I'm wiping this lip gloss on my chin, that I might not have been as honest with myself about, but I've been pretty honest with myself. I'm very frank. I'm very blunt, straight to the point. Anybody that knows me knows Ashley doesn't cut any corners. And it's not to be ugly. It's just like, I don't like the fluff. I like to get to, straight to the point. So I'm very honest with myself. I try my best to be transparent with people around me. I think that's the best thing. Like, there is a purity in honesty, okay? You can't fake honesty. Truths are consistent. That's what makes them true. They don't change. And the thing about deception and lies, they aren't blessed by God. God don't give you a lie. God don't give you deception. God don't give you confusion. So when there's people that are like indulging in just lying consistently and deception, there's something a little sinister about that. I'm not even going to dig into that because that's not what this video is about, but y'all get where I'm going. Number 5 is discipline. I'm sure I talked about discipline in my last video, but we're not leaving discipline behind. Discipline has to come in every season. Discipline has to come in every week, part, everything that we're trying to do right now, because without discipline, we will not get where we're going. We have to remember what we're doing, why we're doing, and just show up, because every day you won't feel like it. When I go to the gym, like I said before, my goal is 4 times a week. Ideally, if I'm feeling great, 5. 3 if I can't get up there, 2 if I'm feeling the worst. But discipline is going to get me there, because some days I just don't feel like it. Some days I'm just tired. Some days I'm feeling poop. Some days I feel defeated. But I still have to show up. Work. Bills got to get paid, honey. So I still got to show up on the God. That's so funny. God got a sense of humor. I still have to show up on the job and be the best version of myself. And that gets me a paycheck. Not that I do my job for a paycheck. This is a work of art. Point blank, period. You can't do what I do without loving your patients and loving what you do. And, any nurse knows that. I'll make another video about that. That'll be another thing. Because I'm sure once I do connect to people and once I do have a following, they're going to ask me about stuff about nursing. So I'll address that down the line, because this video and this channel isn't about nursing, point blank, period. But yeah, like discipline is a big part of wherever you're trying to go. Discipline is a big part of prayer. Some days you're going to get up, you're going to be tired. You got to get up and at least thank God. Thank God in every part of your journey. That's something that I practice. Like, just when I remember where I'm at, like, thank you, God. Thank you for my home. Thank you for my car. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for the people in my life that support me. Thank you for my patients. I meet beautiful people. I meet beautiful people that help me, get closer to God or see God. We operate on this plane in this matrix and we get distracted. There's a lot of distractions. So I love when I meet people that can just, bring me back to earth and remember that there's a higher power that put us all here for a greater purpose. But anyways, discipline is a big part of the journey. You have to be committed, and it's not about how you're feeling, because every day you won't feel like doing it, but you have to show up and you have to do it, and that's all it's about. Period. No excuses. This year, no excuses. Because we could come up with a million excuses, right? And those excuses can be valid, but we can't let them be the reason why we don't do what we got to do. Point blank, period. 6 is acts of self-love. I had to put that in here because we have to put in those practices, whatever that looks like for you. For me right now, I'm due for a deep tissue massage, or even, I forgot the name of the last massage I got, but I'm due for that, because nursing is not just a work of heart and head, it's a work of the body, especially the kind of nursing I do bedside. Girl, it's wear and tear on the body. That's a version of acts of self-love that I like. Meditating, just doing stuff with people that I love. I love taking the people in my life out to eat. That's an act of self-love because I love to give back. And it's crazy that my act of self-love is about showing love to other people, but that's just me. And then like, excuse me again, that's so embarrassing. It's like, why my body be trying to shame me on these videos? But anyways, doing my makeup is an act of self-love. Not because I can't go outside with my makeup not done, because anybody that knows me knows I love my skin. I love the skin I'm in. I'm a very pro-natural girl. But doing my makeup is like, I'm an artsy fartsy person. I'm a Pisces, so I'm an artist at my core. And just doing my makeup helps me tap into that part of myself. I have so much fun just figuring it out. I never know what I'm doing when I start a face. I'm not gonna lie. There's sometimes when I have an idea or an inspiration, but most of the time I be going with the vibes, honey. Like right now, I got denim on denim, and I said, I was just gonna go with the flow. So I'm standing up just so, dang, you really can't see. You really can't see. I wanted to show y'all my outfit. I wanted to show y'all my outfit because I said this channel was about looks too. You can't even see, honey. Dang, I'm try harder next time. Cause yeah, we gotta stay on task. We're at 16 minutes in. I'm not trying to be forever. I'm tired. It's late. But yeah, acts of self-love is just things that we do to show ourselves that we love ourselves. Just like we have people in our lives that we show up for. You might take that dog for a walk. That's a act of self-love. Taking yourself for a walk could be one. Walking on a treadmill, drinking more water, writing your goals down. I love putting post-its on the mirror, and I took my last ones down when I cleaned my mirror, so I have to put some new ones up. If anybody has any suggestions of things to put on my mirror, I love that. But yeah, just intentionally incorporating actions and habits that reflect loving ourselves, point blank period. 7 is saying no. I told my friend earlier, I would love to say that I'm not a people pleaser, Ashley takes pride in, I don't know, like there's a strong thing about me, like, I stand my ground type of thing. But I realize I'm a people pleaser. I have a hard time telling people no. And in this season, I have to tell people no because it's not about them. I've shown up for people a long time, and I know a lot of people will relate to that. So it's the season of telling people no. People never had a problem telling me no. People never had a problem disappointing me. People never had a problem letting me down. And it's not about like get back. It's more about just prioritizing myself. I can't be anything to anybody if I can't show up for myself. And showing up for myself is getting clarity on my boundaries and asserting them. I've been praying over that because I feel like there probably was a long time that I went without knowing what my boundaries were in a lot of areas. Like some areas I may have known strictly I would never do this, strictly I would never do that, strictly this is not an option, right? But then there are certain areas that it was just like gray. And I tell people, every part of life has a black, white, and gray area. And that runs deep, bro. Like people don't think about how deep that is, but it's so, so deep. I say that to say, gotta say no to people. Say no when it's right. Say no when it's wrong. Point blank period. However they feel, you gotta leave room to be misunderstood by people because your journey is not about people understanding you all the time. And I know as a human, we want to be understood because we need community. But I always say the people that's supposed to be in your life going to at least extend you enough grace to, even in the situations where they don't understand you, at least say that I know that person, I trust their character, and even though I may not understand why they did this, I'm going to trust that they did it for a right reason. 8 is committing to yourself. This is the most important relationship you will have outside of your relationship with God. So outside of the friends you have, your mother, your siblings, that guy, that girl, those people, that group, that sorority, that job, you got to put yourself first. And I know a lot of us have been made guilty putting ourselves first, but I'm recognizing that I don't owe anybody anything anymore. And I say that in a humble way. Because I know some people say that with a lack of empathy, a lack of kindness. I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in a way of, I have to show up for me first. I can't fill anybody's cup from an empty cup. And somebody has to be filling my cup, and I can't wait on other people to fill my cup. So if I have the ability to fill my cup, no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes, I have to make a commitment to doing that. And that's really all I mean. I made it through my 8 points. And whoever watches, thank you for watching this. Thank you for sticking with me. This is going to be a journey, but it's going to get better. I promise. This platform is going to grow. The community is going to grow, and we're going to connect. And I thank God for that because, I heard somebody say the other day about the gift of gab, and I've heard that plenty of times. I always tell people I could sell water to a well, and I stand on it. I don't know if that's the New Orleans way. A little bit it is, and then a little bit is just like my connection to God. But, God has always given me the gift of articulation. He's always given me the gift of connection and empathy, and therapeutic communication, which is a big thing for nurses, but it's on another level. And, God has pushed me to use my voice on bigger platforms, and that's why I am doing YouTube. That's why I am extending myself in a different way. It's not about me, it's about blessing him in the process. So I thank anybody that's showing up, because I know you're showing up for the right reasons, because none of this is about the wrong stuff. So we're going to have a great 2024. We're going to grow closer to God. We're going to grow deeper in prayer. We're going to meditate more. We're going to work out. We're going to be healthier, because it's bigger than where we are. Point blank, period. I hope I made sense to somebody, because I'm just figuring this out as I go. And tune in next time, because we're doing things. Everybody get some rest. I'm going to take this makeup off and get myself some rest, because I actually go back to work tonight. I don't feel like it, but we do what we gotta do, because those bills don't pay themselves, and this luxury apartment won't fund itself. So good night, and see y'all next time.